Fellas, did that just happen? Brazil actually played well and dominated a good opponent, and do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Scotland is a good team. Are they title contenders? No, Scotland is not a World Cup contender, but they are a good team, and Brazil dominated them and beat them 3-0. With that said, what did we learn? Hello. If you're new here, I'm Filippo, and welcome to Chappelle Football, where we provide the best coverage of Brazilian football and South American football in English on YouTube. So, if you're not subscribed, you are missing out, so do that right now and drop a like in this video. And today we have the 7 Things We Learned series, where every single day following a Brazil game, we tell you 7 things that we learned. So let me know in the comment section down below, what did you learn from Brazil 3, Scotland 0? Now, I am happy that Brazil dominated and got a big win and topped their group. Brazil finished first, right? Morocco finished second and Scotland in third. I am just upset that Scotland might actually get eliminated in the group stage. They pretty much are out of the World Cup, which sucks because their fans in the United States have been simply incredible. They know how to party. Sure, they're probably all alcoholics, or most of them are, but they seem like incredible people and they definitely know how to party. So we're definitely going to miss them. But hey, they don't have to leave. Scotland can go. The fans can stay. Regardless, we're going to start the episode with lesson number 1. So don't forget to drop a like in this video if you haven't already. And any comment helps. Any subscription helps. Whatever you want to do. Okay? I can't force you to do anything. Let's roll the intro and start with lesson number 1. Okay, so lesson number 1 is that we are, in fact, alone in this big, beautiful universe. I was promised an alien invasion during this game. I was ready to call Will Smith, but again, it never happened. There was no alien invasion. It was all bullshit as expected. Now, for lesson number 1, jokes aside, I want to quickly talk about Neymar first. Congratulations, he's back. He hasn't played for the national team since 2023, but he returned. In terms of saying, I saw a lot of people debating, right? Did Neymar play well? Did he play bad? And I saw people saying that he played like shit. And I saw people saying that he was incredible. He was making things happen, pulling the strings. The truth is, it's neither. I didn't really learn anything from Neymar this game. I don't think he was bad. I didn't think he was great. Okay? He was coming back from injury. So the lesson here is, don't fall for the hype of negativity or positivity, right? Neymar wasn't great, but he also wasn't terrible. I think he'll be useful in the knockout rounds, but it's crazy how every time we talk about Neymar, it's always the extremes. I saw people talking about how he was incredible and other people talking about how he was shit. And the reality is, he was okay. He came into the game. It was 3-0. He made a few good plays. He was dispossessed a lot of times, but he was fine. Lesson number 2 is that Brazil, for the very first time in this World Cup, they actually looked good. I didn't think Brazil looked good against Haiti, especially in the second half. The first half was okay. Against Morocco, Brazil probably didn't look good for most of that game, like 70% of it or even more. This game, Brazil actually looked good from start to finish. It was a great performance. It was the first time Brazil actually looked like World Cup contenders, okay? And I don't say this lightly, because Scotland is not a bad team. Beating them 3-0 is not easy. Most teams cannot do that. Morocco didn't do it. This was a very good performance, and do not let anyone take that away from Brazil. Scotland is not a scrub team. Brazil's press was incredible. Now, the defense was still a bit shaky at times, but again, most of the team did very well. And we'll talk about that in the other lessons. I'm going to nitpick on a few players for the positives, negatives, but overall, this was a very encouraging performance, and Brazil did, for the first time, look like World Cup contenders. Now, will this work against Spain, Argentina, France? I don't know. Time will tell. But this was a very good performance, and let's just call a spade, okay? Don't go with the ifs and buts. Oh, but it's just Scotland. Okay, do you think most teams in the World Cup can beat Scotland 3-0? Do you think England would beat Scotland 3-0? I don't think so, okay? So again, great game, great performance. This was the performance I expect from a team that wants to win the World Cup. Lesson number 3, and unfortunately, I can't really show you highlights or show you the tactics. I could go to the tactics board, but I don't feel like doing it for this video. I'll do it in the live stream for the next game. But I want to say a few things. Brazil's press was very good this game. Now, sure, you're going to say, oh, Scotland made silly mistakes. Why did they make those silly mistakes? It was mostly because Brazil's press was quite good. Now, Brazil also played very well when they had a reactive approach. When they set back and counterattack, Brazil was dangerous. When Brazil let Scotland have the ball, Brazil was very dangerous, actually, off the ball. The problem to me was in possession, and we're going to talk about that in another section of this video. I thought Brazil was very pragmatic at times or slow in possession. They weren't moving the ball quick enough to disorganize Scotland with the ball. I didn't see that happen, and that worries me a little bit because if you play a team like France, for example, and you're very slow with the ball, as soon as they take the ball from you, they're going to counterattack with Mbappe, Dembele, and you're screwed. They have quality up top to punish you. So that's one concern I had. In possession, I thought Brazil was too slow with the ball, taking too many touches. You have to move the ball quick if you want to disorganize the opponent with it. Now, when it came to Brazil attacking in a reactionary approach, where let's say they attacked Brazil and they reacted by counterattacking, that's the best time to attack an opponent, right? When they're switching from one phase of play to the other. So they're switching from the offensive play to the defensive play. It's all disorganized. When Brazil did that, they were quite dangerous. So the press is great. The reactive approach is great. Defending was okay, shaky at times, but okay. My only concern is Brazil in possession. That to me could and should look better throughout the knockout rounds. Lesson number 4, it's something that I've been talking about for the past 2 videos that we made actually. This is Vinicius Jr.'s World Cup. It really is. He has 4 goals in 3 games. He was by far Brazil's best player in the group stage. He was good in every game, even against Morocco. He was dangerous. Against Haiti, he was incredible. And against Scotland, Vinicius Jr. once again was incredible. We've always questioned his performances for the Seleção Brasileira, but right now, he stepped up, man. He's having a breakout tournament. If there was any doubt that he could or could not perform for the national team, now you know. He can, in fact, perform for the national team. And Carlo Ancelotti has actually unlocked Vini's potential with Brazil. And honestly, the way things are going with Brazil and the fact that we're going to talk about this in another lesson where we rely a lot on individual brilliance rather than team cohesion, I think that we will kind of go as far as Vinicius can take us. If we win the World Cup, he will be the best player of the tournament, and he'll very likely win the Ballon d'Or. I'm saying it right now. If Brazil wins the World Cup, it'll be very much thanks to Vinicius. He will win the Ballon d'Or, and he will be the best player of the World Cup, possibly the top goal scorer. I want to re-emphasize that. If Brazil wins it, okay? It's a big if, a big fat if. Okay, lesson number 5. And before I talk about lesson number 5, make sure to drop a like in this video, and any comments in the comment section down below does give us a boost in the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you're from Brazil or whatever country you are, if you know anyone that would enjoy Brazilian football, Brazilian soccer content in English, share this video with them. Help us grow. Okay, thank you very much for that. So now let's talk about lesson number 5. Lesson number 5 is about Raphinha. He's injured and he's questionable to come back on time for the World Cup, right? I think even if he does come back, he shouldn't start anymore for Brazil. Well, not in the World Cup, right? After the World Cup, who knows? He could start performing. Right now, players like Raphinha, I thought Raphinha was quite good against Scotland. Endrick off the bench, I think they're all better options than Raphinha. So even if Raphinha is back, the player that should be playing out wide there would be Raphinha, Endrick, and then before Raphinha, I would still maybe even put Luis Henrique. Neymar won't play out wide. Neymar will play central, right? Because he doesn't have that intensity to go back and forth, track back, and even the press won't be there. But again, even if Raphinha is back, he was playing like dog shit. You have to play Raphinha or Endrick. Okay, you have to play one or another. They come in with intensity, desire. Raphinha seems to be lacking that. I mean, he said it himself. Didn't he want to go on vacation? Go on vacation then. Lesson number 6 is something that concerns me. Now, listen, you can still win a World Cup with this, but I am concerned about the team effort. Brazil still seems to be a team, or feels like a team, that relies on individual brilliance rather than teamwork, right? Mainly when it comes to scoring goals. If you look at Brazil's goals, they're mostly goals that were mistakes from the opponent or a moment of brilliance from a specific player, usually Vinicius Jr., right? There's no combination play. The team doesn't seem very cohesive in possession. They struggle to build out of the back, right? Because the center backs become almost like playmakers. They have to find the ball into space, right? In between the lines. And then they give the ball to Casemiro, and he doesn't know what to do with the ball. So, again, we're still not looking much like a team in possession. We're looking like a collection of very talented individuals that in any given moment of the game, one of these players can decide the game for you and win the game for you. But I haven't seen an actual team, and that concerns me. Now, again, you can still win a World Cup like that. You can just out-talent the opponents. The problem is when you face a team as talented as yours, but they're more of a team, you'll be in disadvantage. So that is one of the concerns that I have, because I haven't really seen Brazil look like a team in the group stage. And I'm serious, just look at it yourself. Do you see combination play? Do you see patterns of play? I haven't seen that so far. Which brings us to lesson number 7, which is the last one of this video. I have a lot of issues with Brazil in possession when we have the ball. When we're counterattacking, we're great. When we're defending with a reactive approach, we're also dangerous off the ball. We're pressing very well. And we're even counter-pressing very well. But in possession, we move the ball way too slowly with the center backs. And then the center backs can't find a pass between the lines. Then they find Casemiro because he drops deep. And Casemiro can't do shit with the ball. Yes, that's what's been happening. And then eventually, Lucas Paquetá will drop deep to try to help, and he will connect the pass. And he'll find Vinicius, or he'll find a wide player, or a fullback that's pushed high up the field, or Raphinha, or Matheus Cunha, anyone. So what Carlo Ancelotti has to do is he has to go back to what he did during his time with Real Madrid. When he had Casemiro with Toni Kroos and Modric, he would have in possession, Casemiro would go high up the field, and Toni Kroos and Modric would drop to help the team build out of the back and find the right passes. Now, here's the thing. What should he do? If he wants to die on the Casemiro hill, I think Casemiro should be benched, but Ancelotti clearly wants him. You push Casemiro high up the field when we have the ball, and you have Bruno Guimarães and Lucas Paquetá drop back to get the ball, okay? And they will be able to find Cunha, maybe Casemiro high up the field, Raphinha, Vinicius, the fullbacks that go up. It doesn't matter who. Paquetá and Guimarães drop. Casemiro goes high up the field so we can build out of the back, because that's just not working right now. Now, one of the issues with that is Casemiro is slow, right? When he goes into the field and he's running, it looks like the dude ate like 5 burritos before going into the game. So if you push Casemiro high up the field, I don't know if he can track back like he used to 10 years ago for Real Madrid. So that's the concern, is like in possession, I don't like how we're looking. And against better teams, we're going to struggle a lot to create. They're going to double team Vinicius. We're going to struggle a lot, and we'll be exposed in transition. So I would bench Casemiro. I would actually have probably Danilo playing the midfield, or I would have Paquetá play deeper. That's another option. We'll see what Carlo Ancelotti does. I am just very concerned with Brazil in possession. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. This was a very encouraging performance from Brazil. And when the group stage ends, before the knockout rounds, we will release a knockout predictions video, because I know you guys want us to, so we're going to do it, okay? Drop a like before you go. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.